Hey everyone, welcome back. You know how much we love going deep on stories here?
Yeah.
And today, we're diving headfirst into Tulsa King. But hold on, we're not just talking about the show itself. We've got something special.
Oh, yeah, we're going behind the curtain, so to speak.
Exactly. We're taking you deeper with Tulsa King Unveiled.
Yeah.
It's a book that promises to, unlock a whole new level of understanding of the show and of Stallone's performance.
Absolutely. This book, it really digs deep. I mean, it's not just like a rehashing of the plot or anything. It explores the storytelling, the characters, the themes, all the stuff that makes Tulsa King so captivating.
Totally. So before we get into all that good stuff, for anyone who may not have jumped on the Tulsa King train yet,
Yeah.
set the stage for us. What's this whole thing about?
All right, so picture this. You're Dwight the General Manfredi. You've spent the last 25 years in prison, paying your dues.
Yeah.
And you're finally getting out. You're expecting to head back to your old stomping grounds. New York City, back to the top of the food chain, right? But there's a little twist.
There's always a twist.
Instead of the hero's welcome in New York he's expecting, they ship him off to Dulswell, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Whoa. Yeah, that's a bit of a change of scenery, to say the least.
It is, right. And I mean, Tulsa King Unveiled, this book, it points out that this whole fish out of water thing, it's not just a funny gimmick. It's a way to show us how the world of organized crime has changed.
Makes sense. Like Dwight, he comes from a totally different era. The old school.
Exactly. Like back in the day, you could solve problems with a little muscle and a wad of cash. But in Tulsa, that's not exactly how things work anymore.
So then it makes you think, can a guy like Dwight, with his old school mentality, really survive in a place like Tulsa?
And that's the question at the heart of the whole show, isn't it? This book argues that Tulsa King is really about reinvention. It's not just Dwight building a new empire. It's about him trying to rebuild himself, trying to find a place in a world that's kind of left him behind.
Right, trying to figure out if you can even fit in this new world. And that's where all those themes, like loyalty, power, and even redemption start to come in, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. Those themes are like woven through everything Dwight does. His relationships, his choices, everything. Like the book dives deep into how those themes play out. We see his unwavering loyalty to his crew, his hunger for power. But then there are these moments, these glimpses where you see him wrestling with his past. Almost like he's longing for redemption, like he wants to leave something better behind.
Which is a powerful idea.
Mm.
Especially for a guy who, let's be honest, probably has a pretty dark past. Makes you wonder if redemption is even possible for someone like him.
That's a big question. And Tulsa King Unveiled, it brings up a scene from episode 5, I think it is, where Dwight's talking to his daughter and he opens up about his regrets. And the look on his face, it's heartbreaking, like raw vulnerability. That's the kind of depth you uncover when you go deeper with this book.
And of course, we can't forget the man who brings it all to life, Stallone. This book, it's full of praise for his performance.
Oh, yeah. Tulsa King Unveiled makes a strong case that what Stallone does in this show is a masterclass in acting. He's got that iconic tough guy swagger, no doubt. But he also shows us the inner workings of Dwight's mind, like those quiet moments of reflection, the regret, the longing. He can convey all of that with just a look. It's amazing to watch.
It really is. I mean, Stallone built his whole career playing these larger-than-life characters, and yet he can bring such depth to a character like Dwight.
Right, exactly. And it makes sense when you think about it. The book talks about how Stallone's own life experiences, his own ups and downs, probably influenced his portrayal of Dwight, like his own personal journey of reinvention.
So for everyone listening, whether you're already a Tulsa King fanatic or just intrigued by what we've been talking about, what does this book, Tulsa King Unveiled, what does it actually offer?
Well, think of it as a companion guide. It breaks down each episode, gives you insider info on the characters, and even analyzes the way the show is filmed. The cinematic techniques.
Ooh, like what?
Well, for example, it points out how the show uses those wide shots, the ones of the Oklahoma landscape. Those aren't just there to look pretty. They're meant to represent Dwight's feelings. Like, the vastness represents his freedom, but also his isolation in this new place.
Ah, I see. So it's like having someone point out all those little details you might miss, the things that give the show even more meaning.
Exactly. It helps you appreciate the story, the characters, the whole world they live in on a deeper level.
This has been a great deep dive into Tulsa King, and I have to say, Tulsa King Unveiled sounds like something every fan should check out.
I definitely recommend it. It adds a whole other dimension to the show,
It does. It makes you think. And speaking of thinking, Here's something to ponder while you're enjoying Tulsa King, whether you're watching the show or reading the book. Imagine if you were suddenly uprooted, like ripped from everything you know and sent to a brand new city. How would you adapt? What would you do to make your mark, to build your own empire? It's something to think about. Until next time, happy watching and reading.